This is Rohan. Take that, nigga. I'm new to the city, pull up, fresh fuck, yup, just.
What's going on? This is 95 Yoshi, and I'm back with another review. Tonight, we definitely have to talk about what's been buzzing in the streets, the new theater hit, The Woman King. This movie, there was a lot of controversy going around about this movie, but this movie, once I took the time to watch the movie, I realized this movie was really dope. First and foremost, I gotta say, Viola Davis, she definitely did her thing. Uh, you know, it was entertaining from beginning to end. You know, it was an easy movie not to fall asleep on. It's definitely something that I would recommend people check out. Now, the unfortunate truths about surrounding the movie, and how true the events that took place in the movie were, and versus what they portrayed in the actual film and pushed out to the nation, to the world. You know, it is like they're making it as if they're portraying it as if it's all true events that actually happened, when we know differently from the text, from our history books and whatnot. Because the Dahomey, you know, in the movie were great. They're protagonists. They're a warrior tribe of women that seem to have a lot of integrity and care about the well-being of their fellow tribe members. But in actuality, the Dahomey tribe, if you actually look it up, in actuality, they were all about slavery and enslaving each other, enslaving other Africans. But the spin that was made with this movie, I thought was, I thought that it would have made more sense to me if they decided, hey, let's go and create a different story. They could have made this movie and not made it about the Dahomies. I liked I liked a lot of things about the movie. Um, the way that they casted it, I thought it was brilliant. Um, so let's give it a little round of applause. Let's give a round of applause for the movie, because the cast in this movie, I gotta say, they definitely did their job. I was impressed with the King in the movie. Um, King, played by one of my favorite actors. He's a young actor, and he surprised me being able to play that role so well. I guess, he had the dialect down pretty well. He did his thing with that. I thought he effortlessly was able to make me believe that he was African. I don't know if I think he's from London or something like that. But his lingo was down packed. Um, Give me a moment. I find him. Now, issues I had with the movie. Uh, I didn't like the title of the movie necessarily. Uh, Although it, at the end of the movie, it completely made sense, or at least that's how they made it. But one thing that bothered me is what I didn't understand is why are we grabbing people that are supposed to be bad guys or villains, within our actual history. You know, they didn't necessarily do a good thing. And, it took them to be colonized until the slavery actually ended, um, that the homies were, you know, carrying out. The I just think it didn't really make sense to grab historical people that were on the wrong side of history and make it as if they were on the good side of history in a movie, instead of just let's just create a new story and have the same scenes that we saw throughout this movie in there with a new story. Because this movie was really entertaining to watch. I thought it was good. I believe it's, you know, doing really well in the box office, which is great. So let's give it another round of applause. And yeah, I didn't forget. I'm gonna talk about our fellow cast member. I wanted to talk about Izugi, played by none other than Lashana Lynch. And a round of applause for her. She did a really good job. Um, she had a lot of the screen time, I felt. She played an important role in the development of the newest member of the Dahomey tribe, which was the young female actress who turned out to be the daughter of Viola Davis within the movie. And I thought it was important for her to be there to walk us through, what it takes to be a Dahomey warrior, one of the warriors, along with the young member. She kind of was like the guide, and I thought she did a really good job at keeping my attention, and I guess based off the box office results, a bunch of other people's attention. Uh, John Boyega, that's the actor, and he plays who I mentioned earlier, the King, King Gezo, and I just thought he just did a really good job. His voice inflections, how how deep he made his voice at times when he decided to speak. What he was his a bunch of the nonverbal cues that he did portraying this character, I thought was on point. Or it made me like, oh, okay, yeah, he's believable as a young king, and he was wise enough to know, let me defer to people who see what I can't see, and that person ended up being his head and his Naniska, or Viola Davis, who played Naniska. And all in all, it's just a really good movie to go see, to go and watch, or to just watch. I know a lot of people have been boycotting this movie. Uh, I wouldn't say that your one boycott is gonna go unnoticed. So if that's how you feel regarding the movie, then I recommend you do that. I am interested in what Viola Davis will do next, and I'm just glad at least that the movie wasn't boring, and I was truly entertained watching it. So that's about all I have to say about the Woman King. Um, there were a lot of nuance things that a lot of you know hints at colorism and stuff within the movie. You had a mixed character who came on the boats with people from, I believe they were from Brazil. They're coming from Brazil. And one of the guys, he had a mother who was the homie. So he was conflicted with helping the Africans from being enslaved. And it was a lot going on, I guess, with race. And even within what we were doing to each other. So they portrayed all that. It was a sight to behold. But that's all I got to say about that. There's definitely more reviews I got coming. We're going to talk about a lot more. So remember, like, share, and subscribe. This is 95 Yoshi Reviews. Peace.
Yo, this is Rohan. Take that, nigga. I'm new to the city, pulling up fresh fuck, yup, just like Diddy. I'm new to the city, the way I walk, the way I talk, I know that you hear me. Hey, I'm new to the city. Hey, I'm new to the city. Hey, I'm new to the city, pull up fresh fuck, yup, just like Diddy.